Hi, Cancer. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. It's the same person that you have always seen before, but you just don't see me today. I'm trying something new here. I'm going to do it like maybe one or two rounds to just get the feel of it. So that you get to focus in on the cards as I'm focusing in on the cards. I think that's very helpful. I would appreciate if you comment what you think, if it's like way better with me in full view or if it's way better with just having the cards like this. I'm having some comments coming in, and it's a little bit of both. So it's where I'm the most comfortable also. So just bear with me in the very beginning. I did Aries and I was actually just nervous to do Aries because it was a new setting. so just bear with me. I just want to say, if you were waiting for Aries, if you have a connection to Aries somehow and you want to check it out, I'm still waiting to find out from YouTube why I've uploaded it and it just doesn't, the whole point is for you to see these cards up close and personal. And it goes like 1 minute and then it freezes the video. The sound is perfect. The extended is perfect. So Vimeo has no trouble to uploading the video, but YouTube for some reason has. Taurus is fine. Gemini is fine. I don't know what's up. Still some technical difficulties there, but I hope it will solve itself soon. So I do apologize for that. I'm going to start with this life purpose deck to get an overall picture of what's going on for you. So this is for the upcoming month, so early December to early January of 2021. Cancer. What can we tell Cancer, please? It's a general read, so it can be literally anything and everything. Time to decide. And there's if it wants to focus, do you see all the numbers there? So I feel like you probably are seeing like heaps of like the guidance that you get from your guides, from spirit, from source, could just really be a lot of number sequences. Like 7 I pick up 5 there immediately, 4 3. Look at what you see immediately. If there's any other numbers that just really speak to you. So you could be getting the guidance in number sequences for sure. And there's just guidance. You seem to be very much like you're waving your hand in the vortex. You're standing inside the whirlwind of everything that you want. So you seem to be very much in alignment. Let's see what it says on the bottom. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. So it's just about being very true to yourself, very much in alignment, and there you will just have your answer. So I'm going to keep it a bit like out of sight so you don't fully see it, because it's not super important, although it is, but I'm more focused on these basic cards that is just going to tell us a bit more of a deep story. So basic energy for Cancer, please. And this time to decide. So let's see if that comes up. If you feel anything around that, like if you understand what that is, we're going to see. Wow, two very, very different energies, although the same number. So immediately we get the number sequence. I love that synchronicity. So we have number 3 and we have number 3. And this card fell out first. And this is heartache and loss. And like I said, it's number 3. And 3 is all about passion, joy, creativity, fun. It doesn't look like it. So I feel like this is like the past. I'm very drawn, so I'm going to talk about that first. To me, her necklace, it looks like a T. For some reason, I get Tesla. So Tesla, maybe some of you got a car, the Tesla car, if he wants to focus. Excuse me. And up close and personal, that's actually a sword. And quite recently I learned, I'm actually finding out that this tarot thing might not be such a bad thing. Tarot in itself might actually come with a lot of messages. Obviously, I just have not learned tarot. And then I picked up from my guides the other day that swords is actually about, maybe that's just very much generalizing it now, but swords, and then it was a very kind soul that just said, you got it right. Swords is about communication. And so when I now pick up this sword, I immediately want to say communication. but I also want to say T, and I want to say Tesla. Maybe there's a T name, a T word for you that means a lot. But yeah, you've been stretched to your limits, Cancer. There's something in the past that has, and it's so wonderful now because you get to see, if you would focus, what I see. You see that heart has been torn in two. It's been torn apart, and we've sewed it back up. You stitched it back up, but you can never undo. You can never undo what has happened in the past. And what has happened in the past, I pick up on this. If it is a relationship, I feel like you really have gone down the heavy road. It was something that was not pleasant for you, and it might be the last 3 years that has been just the worst. It just has been escalated and just reached a point where where you got torn in two and it just did not work anymore. This could be like a 10-year thing. It could be like a really deep-rooted, you're still working on yourself. You're still sort of picking back up the pieces that you were left with. But we saw the card coming at your neck. So you're doing a really good job at putting yourself back together, stitching that heart up. But like I said, you can't undo this. So you've stretched your heart, which means whatever you now are looking forward to, whatever you're stepping into forward, I'm just getting a little reminder of, okay, so I think maybe we talked about this. So this is what I'm getting from my guide. So I hope that it's true. Of course, I'm going to trust them. I don't know if it was the last love reading, but for sure, it was the last full moon reading, where I do a little quickie. So if you want to check that out, that's still valid, like until our next full moon cycle. So we said something about this. So yeah, it's nothing new here. We talked about this. So probably this has been coming up over and over, saying that you have been down the rabbit hole. You have been down like really the dark night of the soul, really digging yourself back up. And I love how this is like a window of opportunity. Maybe it has been really dark. It has been really like you're in this well, like on the bottom of things. But we had this window of opportunity, and it seems like you got out. There was one more thing that came with this card. What was that? No, that was not it. I received something before that. Stretching of the heart, the T, communication. It wasn't really working. 10-year stretch, 3-year stretch. So I just want to say, the further down the rabbit hole you've gone, the more you stretch your heart, the more capable of loving in a grandiose way you now are. So that's a beautiful thing. And we see how this heartache and loss has now transformed into this rejoicing celebration. So either this could be like, oh, thank you, there it was. If it wasn't a relationship, if this was you being in a business situation or in a maybe you had a company together with other people or something, it feels like maybe you were screwed over heavily, or you were just not seen. You were just like maybe doing a lot of really great work and you were just not appreciated for it, or they were taking advantage of you, or really using your talent but not really compensating you for it. It just, it's not the they call you in because you were a little late this morning. This is like the type of being screwed over. This is where your heart is broken in two, and you get to sew it back up. Maybe eventually they fire you, you quit yourself, or this is just a really ugly situation where people really got into each other's faces. And yeah, so that's what I want to say about that. And then we have the other three, which is again about creativity, fun, joy, passion. Number 3 also is very much about manifestation. And when it comes out as a power number like this, as a master number 33, things are getting moving, things are getting done, things are getting manifested in the way that you want them to be manifested. And there's a rejoice. So I feel like you're coming back together with people that maybe you haven't seen for a while. Maybe before getting into this ugly relationship, you were spending time with certain people and you really had a really good set of like group of friends, and you know, maybe you were just more and more isolated, and you just cut those cords with those people, and now we're rejoicing here again. Or if this is a business thing, maybe you were doing something before coming into this company, or before coming, having this little breakup there in terms of the career, and now we're rejoicing because you found another company to work with. We're going to go deeper and find out what this is all about. But there's a rejoice. There's a reason to celebrate. There's a brand new start, and you're back on your feet. And not only are you back on your feet, like, okay, stuff was moving along. Shit got bad. And we're back on track. This is like, it's like how the cells are working in your body. If you feel well and then you get sick, every cell in the body is asking for an upgrade. That's why I say I should not get into that discussion. So, because that's not coming through here. So, I'm just going to say every cell of the body is asking for an improvement. And so then it upgrades itself. And after, like when you're well again, you're actually more well than you were well before you got sick, if that makes sense. So your heart is more like, it's more open. It has spread. It has really, you probably are more capable of love, and you probably are more capable of allowing real love in. You're more capable of feeling worthy, feeling like you really matter, than you felt like you matter, and really that you were caring for your job and other people were caring about you even before coming into this. So there's an expansion, there's an extension of yourself that is now upgrading, if that makes sense. So it's a beautiful thing. Once you're, I know it's tough while you're in the midst of the bullshit, but once you're out on the other end, it's so much better. You want to clarify these cards, please. Maybe they just want fun at first. New beginnings. They don't even want to talk about the past. There you go. Starting a new life, finding your purpose, for a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. So yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to forgive, and we want to be compassionate about the past. And I just want to say, Cancer, if you're not there yet, don't blame yourself. If you're just out of a situation that really shook you to the core, you're fully allowed to just feel sad, to feel hate even, which is a better, people don't like that, but it's actually a better situation to be in hate than it is to be sad, because sad is a lower vibration and hate is actually a higher vibration. You don't want to hang around in hate. We want to move on to revenge. We want to get the bastards back for a bit. And then we do not want to hang around in revenge either, because whether or not they completely deserve it, karma is going to take care of that. Whatever they send out, they're going to get back. And so you don't have to interfere with that. And the only thing that is happening with you is that you carry around the revenge in your body. You carry around the hate in your body. You do not want to do that, because that's detrimental to you. So we want to move on to feeling pissed, to them feeling frustrated, to them feeling like maybe there's hope. Maybe there's hope, you know? And then finally, just have a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. But this more is focusing on starting a new life and finding your purpose. And we have the 20 there, which is the upgrade of you. And for sure, you've been through an upgrade here. I think it was almost the same message like that we had on the full moon reading. So 20 is all about the 2.0 version of you. So the whole of 20 probably has been the climaxing, the catalyst, the very last like drop for you. It's like we're closing a cycle where we have come full circle in this, and the upgrade has really starting to take place. You really are moving on with your life. We have complete new beginnings here. 2021 is going to look really good for you. Do you see the divine interference here? Not interfere, but intervention. Do you see the divine help? It doesn't really want to focus here all that well. They're just there to guide you. They're just completely there with you. And I know at times it probably didn't feel like, where's all my angels at when I need them the most? Where's all the guidance? But they're right there, and you haven't gone through anything that is not now later on in life going to serve you. You have gotten back to the roots, to the core, to the whatever this is for you. And you're now starting to learn your own worth. You're starting to learn what's important in life. You do not mess around with just crappy energy. It better mean something or you're not interested. And then I see this symbol there in the rock. And to me today, it just looks like the feminine energy, the feminine power is like happy. It's like you make room, instead of just being a machine that just needs to organize and control things in order to survive. There's more feminine energy coming in, which means you're now allowed to open up for new ideas, for new plans, even to think ahead. Not to plan and organize and structure, because that's the masculine, but the divine feminine is all about having the ideas and bask in dreams again. Maybe you didn't dream for such a long time, and now it's like you're slowly thinking about things that you want to do because you're dreaming again. I see this little soul tribe here happening as well. So let's see if we're going to have more about that. Do you know what? We're actually going to, can I just get some clarification around that little family there, please? Clarification around the little family. Excuse me. 12. So there's the masculine, and then we have perspective. There's a hangman. So they're just clarifying that there's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. Yeah. So I feel like this is, so probably the hangman means something different in the tarot, the traditional tarot meaning. For me, this is that times has been a bit upside down, literally being upside down. You have just tried to move forward and make the best of it. This soul tribe, I feel like this is coming in for you. There's like a new family in the works. There's a new connection happening with people. If this is for business, or if this is like the emotional body, like if this is for your relationships, or both perhaps. It's a bit further down the line, and with this card I feel take your time to reorganize yourself, to really find yourself again, so that you can step into something that is really, really meaningful for you a bit down the line. Okay? What else do we want to tell Cancer? We want to tell you movement, choices, and decisions. And so beautiful. So here we have the communication, and we have a conversation in relationships. With the number 2, we have a red border, at least somewhat, which talks about laying a new foundation for yourself. So you really are moving on with your life. You're laying a new foundation. And like I said, with this card, like perhaps this is about business, or a family, or both. And here we find out it's about both. So you really are paving a new path for yourself. You really are looking forward to the next step in your life. And it seems to be about everything, because here we have spirit. It's like this spiritual connection in with yourself, with your inner being, with your higher self. Here we have everything about health, everything about becoming whole, becoming like being healed and getting healthy, getting on a better like health regime or anything around health, but definitely being healed. Here's the new relationship. We have the wedding bands, the rings there, which talks about the romantic relationship. We have the monies, the career, and the monies very much in the same here. Like the orange there is a bit unclear about what you actually want to do. So perhaps you're in between something here with as for work, that you're maybe taking on something for the moment that, you know, it's not your life purpose. It's not like you would, if you just got this opportunity to do this work for the rest of your life, you would like die and go to heaven because it's so good. It might be just something that is a little in between, if that makes sense. Maybe you just make, you know, rent or something that's in between, but that's going to be clarified eventually. It seems to not be we have movement. We're moving forward now. We have different choices to make and different decisions to make based on this newfound place. And it seems to not be important exactly what you do. What seems to be important is that you connect in with your inner being. There you are standing like in the middle of the vortex, and you're getting guidance right now. So the angels might be sent, it's not just numbers. And if you don't see numbers, it might be feathers, it might be letters, it might be coins, it might be just things, you know, you can pop on the radio and there's like this song and immediately you know what that song is about. So everything is on the move here. You're working on your spiritual connection first. We're working on the healing second. We're coming into this beautiful relationship, and we're working on our money and like what do we want to do with our life? So that's the feeling here. Can we clarify this part, please? I love this. So yeah. So we have the two of Raphael here with the divine counterpart, and we have the Emperor, number 4. So this is clarifying this card with all the different categories here for you. So we have number 4, which is all about the heart matter. It's all about your heart energy center. It's laying a new foundation for yourself. That's all about the 4. The Emperor. The Emperor is on the move. The Emperor takes action. The Emperor knows who he is. It's not gender specific, so whether you're a woman or a man, it doesn't really matter. Do you see how the Emperor is sitting on his throne? He just, you know, he holds his light. He knows where he's going. He's very, very sure of himself. He's not full of himself in the sense that he's a bit of a narcissist. He's confident, and he knows his self-worth now. He even has put himself up on a bit of a pedestal. Good for you. So I feel like this energy, like I said, maybe you were just a regular human being before this loss of whatever this is, like the stretch the heart. And now you're stepping into this Emperor energy that is just completely the opposite. Not the opposite, but it's very, very powerful. It's very, very strong. And if we pay attention here, I'm very drawn to, do you see this little dot right here? There. That is blue. Is it? So like you spread your wings, you want to fly. I'm just drawn to talk about this. Okay, so see something about your shoulder right there. Maybe there's a bandage around your shoulder or something. maybe there was something happening to your shoulder. That's a very specific message for some of you. It can also be that you So Cancer, I want to say this because it's a little bit of a cover up. Do you see how, okay, so I am a bit wounded here in my shoulder, a bit wounded because there's a band-aid around it. On the other side, we just hung this, whatever that is, jacket or whatever, on like on top of our arm to just cover it up. But you don't have to cover anything up. Like Cancer, I just feel like come full on out and tell your story, tell how you feel. It's completely fine. You do not have to cover yourself up. You don't have to cover anything up. I'm happy there's just a little piece of you there. So I feel for the most part, you're probably open about it. You probably share your story. But the fact that you're a bit wounded, that you're a bit like, we need a bandage here, it's like you're still healing. And you don't have to cover anything up. That's what I'm getting with that. And then back to the wings, like you're growing wings. Wings are literally coming out of your body. And it's this little blue spot. This little blue spot that is just saying, it's just a reminder to just always keep true to yourself. To always just stay authentic, stay real, stay true to yourself. And knowing exactly what you want from here on out. I love that. So that's like coming into the Emperor energy is one of the major things here with the spiritual growth and the health, the healing, becoming whole. And then we have Two of Raphael. Two hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. So we clarify there with in the back there. I'm just going to focus there in a bit for a bit on the Phoenix Rising. Do you see the golden Phoenix Rising there in the back? But it's like you laid it down on the beach to rest. It's like the Phoenix Rising journey is over. We have come full circle. The cycle has ended. There's no more going on with this past relationship or past time, past business, company, whatever situation you were in that really got your heart broken. We put that to rest. And if we take a step back, we see these two silhouettes of two people coming together. And I feel like these two were always meant to come together. It's a very romantic card. Like it's, again, so we have 12 there with the 2, and then we have a 2 strong there again. But we have like clear single 2s. So we have 22 and we have 33. So that's 2 master numbers coming out. So you definitely are seeing number sequences like all around you. If you're not, start to pay attention, Cancer, because you probably are without even thinking about it. When you look at your clock, you know, maybe the minutes are always 22 or 33 or 44 or something like that. 55. So this 2 of Raphael is talking about the healing. It's talking about becoming whole. And it's also talking about finding your true divine counterpart. This is your true soulmate. This is somebody that you were always supposed to meet. You were always supposed to meet them. But you needed to go a little detour to open your heart up. You needed to go a detour to understand your worth, or you would have not been able to attract this type of person. You needed to come into the Emperor energy before you could attract this type of person. You cannot attract this type of person and feel unworthy and feel like you can't love or receive love. It would not work with this person because they're too strong. And you're just right there with them now. If this is, it is a romantic partnership for sure. If it is like in terms of business, this is when you find your perfect match. Like when you find your place. I don't see that happening just now because it's a little bit more to the side. Like we're going to decide later on what my purpose is. For now, I'm just making some money. That's what I feel. But if this is for business or a new company or something, this is like the perfect match. You will find people, and you will eventually, Cancer, because if somebody really screwed you over in terms of business, that's also an upgrade. You're not going to find other people that is screwing you over, because when you do the upgrade, the new beginning with the 2.0 version of you, that's an upgrade. And when I'm just at the very end here, so I'm just trying not to get too far ahead, like past 30 minutes. So I just want to say, if you're in a relationship, things go sour, very, very south, and you just break up through like war. You do not take your time. You just jump on straight into the next relationship. There's no healing. There's no upgrade. There's ending it bad. I'm going to bet my head and my heart that the next relationship is going to be, if not exactly the same, almost the same. Maybe different phase, different name, but still the same energy. And if you do that like constantly without cleaning up the energy, cleaning up the vibration around it, you're just going to continue to repeat it. So when this upgrade has happened, which means with the Hangman, they're asking you, take a breather. Take a breather. Everything has been so upside down. You got your freaking heart torn in two. Take a breather. Like, just take a little pause. Reflect. Gather yourself. Like we're working on this beauty right here. There's a lot of so we have 3 purple borders here, which talks about the spiritual growth going on right now, and then mending the heart. We're showing it back up, and there's going to be movement, and we're moving like forward one step at a time here. But to take a breather and reflect and upgrade what you now learn, like implement what you now learned, so that you come from an upgraded, like a 2.0 version of yourself. You come from an emperor place, you become the emperor, and then you attract a new relationship. You will never experience the same thing again, ever. And you can also find your divine counterpart when it comes to a business or a new company, and you will never be screwed over if you take your time, a little hermit time, and we're sewing back up the heart, and we're becoming the emperor, and then we go back into business with somebody. But if you jump straight into it, you're just going to find the same thing over and over again. You just eventually go, what's wrong with me? Like, why are people keep being mean? Or why isn't it that I can find the perfect job? Or because you don't take the time in between. You think that a new person is actually a new person. It looks like they're a new person because they have a different body. You think this company is a new company. It looks like they have a different name, and it's even in a different city. I'm going to leave this city, and I'm going to take a job, and I'm going to take it far away from here, and it's called something completely different. And you find out the minute you step in there that you're going to be bullied all over again, or you're not going to, find your place there because you didn't clean up the vibration. You take yourself with you wherever you go. So sometimes it can be a relief. Sometimes, if you're in the midst of a huge fight, walk away. Walk away. But then do a little cleanup so that you're in a different vibration when you get back in there. That's the best thing here. When you have been on the bottom, we have stretched the heart, you have expanded, you're a 2.0 version of yourself, you become the emperor, and we're working on each and every area of our lives now. Then coming into the divine partnership in terms of a romantic relationship or a business partner, then you're in heaven. Okay, guys? I'm going to continue and do an extended version of this. So if you feel like this is your story, then come to the extended if you want to. The link is in the description box down below. And if you want to comment about what you think about this new setting, I would appreciate it. If you don't want to come to the extended, then thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back soon, Cancer. Take care.